Hello viewer, welcome to TV Africa. This is your number one Pan-African TV station. My name is Omulingira Kalema. Today we are going to look at a very special issue, or you may call it a topic. We are talking about the non-communicable diseases in the country Uganda or Africa at large. Recently, we've been experiencing so many deaths. That is concerning, that is from the developing countries, as we normally call them, the most developing countries, the likes of America, the likes of England, Russia. All these countries have been having one problem, and the problem is still there. The problem is obesity. Obesity is on an increase. Cancer is on an increase. Now, it has come to Uganda. Remember, the so-called developing countries like more to copy the lifestyle, first of all, of the Western countries, and any form of a nation. You know, we do copy a lot of such things, and we also copied, you know, the eating habits of these people. When we did that, we brought a problem onto our continent and in our country. That's the reason why obesity in Uganda is on the increase. Cancer is on the increase. Even children as young as 5 years are dying of cancer. You know, they are dying of obesity. So ladies and gentlemen, just join me in studios here tonight. I have Dr. Jingo Darausi. He's the managing director of Vigor Doctor Uganda Limited, to discuss more about the non-communicable diseases in Uganda, and not forgetting that the government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Health, that is the minister actually who is heading that department, or the ministry, Dr. Joan Ruth Acheng, announced last week that the president of Uganda, with of course some professionals in this field, dedicated every second Sunday of the month of July to be a day for the national physical activities in the whole country. This time around, it is going to fall on the 8th of July, which is today, which is a Sunday. So everyone is supposed to go, is supposed to dedicate at least, the list is 150 minutes, you know, of physical activities, at least every week. But do you do that? The main activities are going to be held at Kololo Independence Grounds. And of course, the guest of honor will be His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. You're most welcome, Dr. Jingo.
Thank you, Omulingira Kalema.
Yes.
Dear viewers, my name's Jingo Darausi. I am the managing director of a company, Vigor Doctor Uganda Limited. Vigor Doctor Uganda Limited is a company of Ugandans.
Ugandans, okay.
Here we are about 3 directors, but I'm the managing.
Oh, okay.
You can call me an ortho-molecular doctor.
Ortho-molecular
doctor.
What do you do? What is
an ortho-molecular doctor? Is that doctor when he advises that feed on this and that, he varies the concentration of those substances like vitamins and minerals that we put in the body.
We're just talking to the right person right
yes.
now. First of all, doctor,
yes,
what is non-communicable diseases?
Okay, we have non-communicable diseases and communicable. There is a difference.
There's a difference. Yeah.
Non-communicable diseases are those diseases which come as a result of lifestyle. We can call them lifestyle diseases.
Okay.
So lifestyle diseases are those diseases which come as a result of improper saturation of blood.
Okay.
They take 90% of all diseases. So the infectious diseases are what we refer to as the communicable.
Okay. You can actually transmit to someone.
Yes.
Those are the communicable.
The communicable ones.
Okay.
So the diseases you talked about, like pressure, cancer, diabetes,
obesity, diabetes.
And we can say even AIDS.
AIDS, yes.
Whoever has any one of those diseases is responsible.
So you're responsible for your own sickness.
Yes, we call them diseases of ignorance.
Ignorance.
So now that we are here at TV Africa, we have come to give information to people.
Sure.
When you have information, plus the choices you make, you end up getting health. So this show is on health.
Health, yes.
We shall emphasize physical exercise.
Yes.
And we shall show you why we were created. We were created to move. To move. Contrary to something built by man. God could make us be stationed in one place like trees. Like whatever flowers and whatever.
Yeah, that
but
cannot move.
We were made to move.
Sure.
And that's why he went ahead and gave us that energy. They are different energies. We have the caloric, we have the mechanical, which allows movement. Yeah. So when we eat food, we get calories.
Sure.
That food is to provide energy to the body. But you cannot force the body to take what it doesn't require.
What do you mean?
Now that, let's take an example. A motor moves on fuel.
Yeah.
But if you put a full tank in your vehicle, it is supposed to move on that fuel. But there are nozzles which have to supply fuel to the system.
Yeah, sure.
However much you are rich and you say, I'm putting a full tank, the consumption of the engine will be equal to someone who has put a half liter.
Sure.
Yes. And the speed will not change because you have put in
a full tank.
Put a full tank. So the same to our bodies. The design of our bodies has to move with the specific measurements of what we are supposed to use.
Yeah.
So we say when you take a plate or a bottle of calcium, which is very important to the body will not use it. It will use what it was designed for, and the balance will become waste. So that waste is what we struggle with. So when you eat food and you get calories, the body will use exactly what it was designed to use. It will balance with what you've done.
Oh.
That's why they used to tell us after eating to support the body to metabolize, to split food such that it goes to different places where it is supposed to be
in the body. All right. Then there is also, thank you very much. That is now, I think the viewer now knows what are non-communicable diseases.
Yes.
But again, we are looking at, for example, cancer. We are looking at obesity. We are looking at, these are all lifestyle diseases, as we said. You know, what could be the cause of this? First of all,
the cause of all of those diseases, cancer, pressure, diabetes, and AIDS, we shan't, shy away from AIDS.
Yes.
It's also a lifestyle disease. But it is both communicable and non-communicable because there is a virus behind.
Yeah.
So a virus can be in the body, but for AIDS, you are responsible. Someone infests you with
AIDS.
HIV.
HIV, yeah.
So you are responsible for AIDS.
Okay.
So what causes all of that is improper saturation of blood. Improper saturation of blood. So when waste goes into the body, it goes direct into the arteries.
Yeah.
So when it is too much, like cholesterol, proteins, they adhere to the walls of the arteries. So we have the heart inside there. Its responsibility is to pump blood.
Pump blood, yeah.
Because blood is the transport system of the body. So it has a reason as to why it raises pressure. Because that blood has to reach all the parts of the body because there are cells there. The responsibilities of whatever the cells as to do different functions of the body such that we move on, we have health.
Okay.
So that waste which adhere on the walls of the arteries is that waste that causes these cells to fail to operate optimally.
Now, apart from exercises, we shall come to the exercise maybe sometime that is during the program. But apart from that, how can someone who is seated there on TV watching right now, for example, we may say some diseases do not have a cure, you know, but is that right that some diseases don't have a cure? Now the question is, do non-communicable diseases, you know, have a cure?
Okay, non-communicable diseases, we may not use that word, cure.
So if I have cancer, what can I use?
We can use for all non-communicable diseases a word, remission. Remission means as you are responsible for that disease.
Yeah.
And most of the times they come through what you put into your body. When you decide to change your lifestyle, you remit that disease. When you go back to that abusive lifestyle, they come back.
Let's start with cancer. Is there a remedy for cancer?
A remedy for cancer, yes, could be there, but when it goes to the last stage, it may fail to cure. Because cancer, at first, it comes as a tumor.
A tumor, yes.
Briefly, let's go back to formation of the body. When we are being formed, there is a DNA cell, the deoxyribonucleic acid.
Yes.
Now that cell, during formation, within it, it forms gradients. Those gradients are the different parts of the body when it matures. So those types, whatever those gradients, will go to different parts of the body. If those cells in a certain gradient are sent to make the brain, they will settle there. Those sent to make the heart, they will settle there. Those sent to make the prostate side will settle there. That's why we have different cancers. So whoever has the cancer, cancer is, in any language, the word cancer is frightening. You get it? If I say, Mulangira, you now have cancer, you know,
you're going to die.
You have to die. You move on, struggling with it, eventually you die.
You can even die psychologically.
But why we advise people to go and have themselves checked or screened for cancer is when it is still a tumor, it can be removed. Cancer comes as a result of you annoying your cells. Abusive lifestyle. When they are supposed to be fed, they are supposed to have oxygen inside there. But when there is waste in the system, they fail to get sufficient oxygen. They fail to get sufficient glucose. So the production of energy will be low. So when they are inside there, it is like when we are in the outside world, because the body is called a microcosm. A microcosm means a small scale, which represents the universe with all the varieties and contradictions. So the same inside there. Let's take cells inside the body as human beings. So they are supposed to feed. They are supposed to have whatever they are supposed to have, such that they fulfill their responsibilities inside there.
Now that is cancer. What about diabetes? Sukari. When you talk about sukari, everyone becomes frightened. It's too much nowadays.
So
it's even in young people.
It's even in young people.
It used to be during old days. It used to be in people who are like above 70, 80s. But right now you find someone who is 20 has diabetes.
Now the problem is modern nutrition.
Modern nutrition. What do you mean?
Modern nutrition are these processed foods. They are now beckoning us. They are calling us, please, we are here, come and eat us.
Chips and chicken.
Chips and chicken.
Chips and ketchup.
They have moved as far as to the villages, being made from the doors of the residents. So we are not cursing people who are making those foods.
If they are killing us, why not?
They are killing us, but we are here to give you knowledge. They are diseases of ignorance. When you go to eat chips and chicken, eat it occasionally. But some say when we are still in the villages, we used it to feed on dodo, these non-fried beans. Now that we have come to the city, let's show them. So people associating the modern nutrition with wealth. You find someone can eat meat from Monday to Sunday.
He just want to show off that he has money.
You know what is funny with the body? There are stages in the body. There is an alarm reaction when you put in something that is toxic or that can cause problem or a disorder in the body.
Okay.
The body forms an alarm. So when you insist or you persist on that type of diet, the body adapts it.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
Like now when you are not paid here, the month elapses, you are not given any salary. But your qualification is to be a presenter. To do the work.
Yes.
You continue with another month.
Yeah.
They don't pay you. You say, what can I do? It's my qualification.
Yeah.
Now, the third month, you say, no, since where I'm operating from, they are variable things. I'll walk away with a TV or a camera or what. That's what the cells of the body do.
Oh.
Yes. They say, now let's take over the body. Since this person is not providing us with sufficient oxygen, sufficient glucose, which help us to function optimally.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So eventually, for cancer to come, it can be one cell. It mobilizes. As we use it to do strikes in school. A student, join me. Eventually, you form a group. So when these cells fail to oxygenate, in fact, when you say cancer, you can say when cells fail to oxygenate. Okay. Because why we breathe in is to have that oxygen, which give or whatever life to the entire body, to be distributed to all cells. Now cells from inside there, when they don't get sufficient oxygen, they will suffocate. Eventually they will die.
Yes.
Now what they do, they say this person who is holding us is not supplying us with the oxygen and glucose in time.
That's their food.
It is their food. They are supposed to do some responsibilities inside there. So they say, let's take over the body. So for the normal cells, they die, they multiply, and they stop. We can call it contact inhibition. When they multiply, they know when to stop. The abnormal cells, those which can drive you to cancer, multiply uncontrollably because they've taken over the body. You have mistreated them. Okay. Eventually, if a tumor can form, say, on the brain, the prostate, on the liver, anywhere. I talked of the gradients. So after it goes off, that is the first stage. The second stage, it goes out of its area. It saturates up to when it reaches the bloodstream.
So instead of for example the leg, or it comes to the arm.
Yes, to the entire body.
Okay.
It moves up to when even the cells in the bloodstream become cancerous. So toxic things we put in the body, mainly what we breathe and what we eat. We can even talk of radiation. We call those carcinogens. A carcinogen is that something you put into the body which can affect the cells, and eventually the cells become cancerous. So with the cancer, they are your cells which take over. Let's take an example. We are in a country which has different organs of security. When you mistreat, say, the army, the president mistreats the army by not giving salary to them, by not giving the army good uniforms, and they have guns. Next, what can they do?
They can use their guns to get
to overthrow the government. The same way the cells are inside there, the body. So you even talked of diabetes.
Diabetes, yes.
So we call those disorders, and by the way, we can call them diseases of the affluent, because we talked of the modern nutrition.
Yeah.
Those who can afford those expensive things are the ones who are vulnerable to those diseases faster. So diabetes, we are supposed to have glucose
in the body.
In the body, it's the fuel that the body uses to do all the functions of the body.
Breaking down the food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now there are hormones we have in the pancreas. Pancreas is that store for glucose.
Okay.
In form of glycogen. But whatever, the liver is the one that stores. But pancreas secretes the insulin. But there is another hormone, the glucagon.
Glucagon.
We call it the yin and the yang. It is like when you board a bicycle, when you whatever put energy
down
one side, it has to go up and down. So diabetes, you are supposed to have glucose, and it has to be used within the body.
Yeah.
So failure for the cells to take in glucose is when you have too much of it in the blood saturation, and eventually you get diabetes. Diabetes is when you have no energy. The cells have not got that energy. There is a key. Is the key to open the cells to use that glucose is the insulin.
Okay. So if you don't have insulin, that
you don't have insulin, or if the production of the insulin in the body is low, in the pancreas is low, that key will not be able to command the cells to take in glucose.
Okay.
And it is needed. It is the fuel of the body. It is like when you put fuel in the car and you disconnect the pump that takes the fuel to the engine.
Obviously the car won't move.
It will not move. And if there is a leakage somewhere, it will move, but not
won't go far.
It will not go far.
Okay.
So when food is eaten, it is transformed into glucose. When it is transformed into glucose, that glucose is used by the body. That one you'll need immediately, and the balance is stored as glycogen.
Is it the same? Are they the same causes with obesity? Omugejo.
Omugejo is when you eat food which has no fiber.
No fiber. What
yes. Again, it is due to whatever this diet, the Western diet or the modern diet.
But that is where we're heading. Can we control it?
We can.
How? How can you control?
By going back to civilized origin nutrition.
Oh.
Now, when you look at the whites, they have already gone back. Genetically, we are created to eat fruits and vegetables.
Genetically,
that is our food.
Okay.
Yes.
Originally.
So the food, whatever the genetic food programming of man, we call it frugivorous. We are frugivores. So we are supposed to feed on fruits and vegetables. Why? They are the ones that contain alkalines. These are the foods which are acidifying. Whatever comes from those foods is made by the body. Proteins, fats, and cholesterol is made by the body. So the problem is not eating fats, cholesterol, and proteins, but the problem is oversupply. That surplus is the problem.
So how can I know? How can I tell that the food I'm about to eat is actually acidic or has some bit of alkaline? How can I know?
There are foods which whatever you can know that this food has fats.
How can I do that?
Like meat. When you eat meat, it has saturated fats.
Okay.
In fact, if that fat can rest on the fingers, you can see it. What you see on the fingers after eating meat, it is the same way that happens inside there.
Wow.
The viscosity of blood comes because when after eating there is digestion, there is metabolism, there is absorption. When you eat meat, the nutritive value of meat will be will be got out of that meat. It will cross to the bloodstream.
Okay.
When it reaches there, it will be metabolized. But that type of fat, which is saturated, will rest on the walls of the arteries. The body will use that small fat that it requires. The balance will become waste.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just go for commercial break. But of course, when we come back, the doctor is going to tell us more about how actually the remedies that we can get to fight such diseases. And of course, not forgetting that we're going to also talk about the national, that is a physical activity day that is being held on 8th today on Sunday at Kololo Independence Grounds. Of course, the chief guest is going to be the President of the Republic of Uganda, as I've told you earlier. The reason why they're making this to be a public holiday or a day to be celebrated is because many Ugandans, like whites, are now dying for such silly and maybe I call them silly, the non-communicable diseases, because you can avoid them, as the doctor just said. So don't go away. We shall be right back.
While Caucasian women are slightly more likely to develop breast cancer than other ethnic groups, the disease is more likely to be fatal for African American women. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, African American women are more likely to get a form of breast cancer that spreads more quickly. But there is also the issue that many Black women are diagnosed when their cancer is at a later stage where there are fewer treatment options. This may be because they aren't getting regular breast exams or mammograms, which can help detect breast cancer in the earlier stages. No matter what your ethnic group or racial background is, it's essential for women to have regular screenings for breast cancer. This includes a clinical breast exam, which your doctor looks for lumps or anything unusual. This is a part of your annual physical. It is also recommended that women begin getting mammograms at age 40 and have them every 1 to 2 years after that. You may need to start getting regular screenings before the age of 40, depending on your family history for breast cancer and your overall health. Nearly everyone can qualify for affordable health insurance, which provides annual physicals and mammograms at no additional cost to you. Also, if you have a higher risk for breast cancer due to your family history, you can receive counseling regarding genetic testing, where someone will sit with you to discuss those risks and if there is a need for a particular kind of screening or test. You may also benefit from preventative drug treatments. These are also covered by your health insurance without additional out-of-pocket cost. While we may not be able to prevent breast cancer, we can treat it more effectively if it's detected early. Be sure to talk to your doctor about which regular screenings are right for you.
Green banana juice cures diabetes. Bananas are rich in a fiber called pectin, which gives the flesh its structural form. It moderates blood sugar levels after meals by reducing appetite by slowing stomach emptying. It also helps in weight loss. To make this juice, we need 2 to 3 green bananas and water. Take clean bananas and cut into small pieces along with peel. Now take a bowl and add required amount of water and start boiling. Add banana peels into boiling water and leave for 15 to 20 minutes. After boiling completely, separate pieces and water. Now, add boiled banana pieces into a blender and start blending. Finally, add banana boiled water to blender and blend thoroughly to become juice. Preserve this juice in a glass or container. Consume 2 to 3 tablespoons of this juice daily early in the morning and after your meals. Follow this natural remedy regularly to control your blood sugar level and weight loss.
All right, welcome back from that commercial break. Remember, this is TV Africa. My name is Omulingira Kalema. We are talking about health today, and a lot of things are happening actually in your life and in the people that do care about. That is, many of them have actually died because of some diseases, but some diseases are actually non-communicable, like cancer, obesity, talk about diabetes. All of those can be avoided. But how can they do that? Tonight in the studios, of course, I have Dr. Jingo Darausi, the MD, Vigor Doctor Uganda Limited. And he's here to talk about your health, my health. Before we went for that commercial break, of course, Doctor, you had told us some of the diseases that we normally get and why, the reason why we get them. But now the question is, Doctor,
Yes, sir.
what can we do to avoid or to get rid of such diseases? Or if it's not getting rid of the diseases, how can we actually do like the remittance, as you call, you talked about it? How do it? How can a viewer who is seated there right now in his sitting room, you know, get rid of cancer, get rid of diabetes, get rid of obesity to live longer?
Thank you, Omulingira Kalema. As I earlier mentioned, that these diseases take 90% of the diseases that attack the body.
90%?
90%.
Wow, wow.
So the other infectious diseases take 10%.
Only.
And these diseases are preventable. There is what we call prevention. People say prevention is better than cure.
Yeah.
And there is what we call immunization. For these chronic lifestyle diseases, we have to go for prevention.
Prevention.
Prevention is done by you, the owner of the body. So you have to have information how to do it.
Okay.
And cure, or whatever immunization is done to boost the body, to prepare the body to have the antibodies in time, such that if a disease comes, an infectious disease comes, it finds the antibodies already in the system. And that is done by another person, not yourself. It is done by another person. By injecting you that stimulant, an antigen, to stimulate the body such that the antibodies are produced, and when the disease happens to come, it finds the soldiers are already there. That's the chemical warfare of the body, the antibodies. Getting prepared. Yeah, for anyone to come. For an enemy. For an enemy. Okay. For an enemy. So they are specific. Okay. Okay. When you are immunized against measles, when you are immunized against whooping cough, so those whatever antigens put into the body to stimulate the body to produce antibodies are specific. That's why for AIDS, they have not yet got the vaccine. So the vaccine must look similar to the HIV virus. Such that it can stimulate the body, for the body to wait for the virus to come. Whatever these diseases, the non-communicable, we shall emphasize exercise, but we need to talk about other decisive factors. Sure. Diet is the main cause of the diseases.
Diet.
And when you change your lifestyle towards diet, eating food as grown, living processed foods, is when you can get rid of those chronic lifestyle diseases.
Do you want to take us back to the villages now?
Yes. Whatever, if you want to get rid of all of those diseases, you have to go back to the garden. Food was grown.
Food has grown.
Yes.
But what can we do? We're already in the towns.
We're already in the towns.
Yeah.
But if I can give you an example, wake up very early in the morning one day, go to Nakasero. Nakasero, everything is there. Nakasero market.
Yeah.
But you'll find the whites. Very early in the morning.
Yes.
They have a reason as to why they go there very early in the morning. Because initially, as I told you, we are supposed to feed on fruits and vegetables. You find them buying vegetables. They try to ensure that they go there very early in the morning before even the sun comes. If they are sold under the sun, the sun will pick out the vitamins and the minerals because it is the one responsible for putting them there.
Yeah.
So it sees you reluctant, you don't mind about what is
it before you.
Yes, it says this one is just misusing what I put there. It picks and takes back.
Yeah.
So when those whites buy the fresh fruits and vegetables, they take to fridges. The fridges are supposed to keep those fruits and vegetables fresh. But for us, we buy meat, we buy whatever those other things, and we keep in fridge. Because we have fridges at home, we say, let me buy 10 kilograms of meat, and I keep this meat for the week.
Nadia kompora
mpora.
Yeah.
Meat has to be eaten occasionally. So the decisive factors or the natural remedies, you talked of remedies, the natural remedies, when we were created, all the medicine, all what we are supposed to put in the body that we are healthy was created. That's why we talk of recreational medicine. And when we say recreational medicine, we don't talk about the herbs. People who are dealing in natural medicine, they talk of herbs. There is a way you can modify one's health. Now, Omulingira Kalema, as you look, you are healthy. When I educate you on how to have that health for the rest of your life, you can keep it
and live longer.
But because you are ignorant of what you are supposed to do, eventually the diseases are going to come. As I talked of the stages, the alarm, the adaptation, we go to addiction, then exhaustion. A substance put in the body that is harmful, the first time it is introduced to the body, it cannot cause harm because the immune system is there to defend you. It defends up to when it gets exhausted. Eventually, degeneration sets in. So degeneration, the cells degenerate and the tissues degenerate. Eventually, you lose your liver, you lose your heart, you lose your lungs. That's why we are referred to India for heart transplant, for kidney transplant. These diseases which attack us don't hit us over the heads as we walk. We create our own diseases. So the decisive factor, the first one, a first remedy, a nutrient is oxygen. Oxygen is a nutrient. It's medicine. Because if you have no oxygen, you can't live.
Sure.
If you take 2 minutes without having oxygen in your body, you cannot survive. Another remedy is water. Water is part of us. Our bodies are 60% water.
60% water.
So when you tell people to drink water, they say water is tasteless. It's not sweet. Then you go for sodas and other things. But those other drinks, the soft drinks, are called sugary water.
Sugary water. They kill us actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is food color. There is the preservatives. So the body, what it does, it separates those drinks and picks out water. When you can take water, water is undigestible. It is required by the body. All the body functions need water. It thins the blood. You get it?
Yeah.
So the viscosity can be killed by you taking water. So you dilute your blood such that it reaches all the parts of the body.
Okay.
Another factor Or another remedy, I'm giving remedies because you asked for remedies.
Sure.
Rest.
Rest
is a remedy.
Oh.
Rest. To restore the brain. Because whatever is done by the body is commanded by the brain.
The brain, okay.
Yes.
When am I supposed to rest?
During the day, every day, get some 30 minutes and rest. Resting means however much you are doing such a work we are doing of looking at the books and whatever, read it, analyze, close the books, because when whatever you do involves the brain. Rest your brain.
By the way, there is there are also a saying. Actually, some people you may find youths listen to music that are listening to cool music that they are resting. Is that really resting?
Okay,
because the brain is working.
If music isn't your job, listening to music, you calm down the brain.
Oh, if it is not your job.
If it isn't your job.
So if you do something that is not your job, is part of resting.
No, not necessarily, but when you listen to soft music, good music, when you look at flowers, you meditate.
Yeah, looking, I may agree with you. Because now, for example, me, I have, I don't know, is it a problem or what? Because if I listen to, even if it's soft music, I have to internalize it. I have to listen to the lyrics.
Yes.
I have to follow word by word.
Yes.
To get the meaning.
And your heart mimic
that music. Is that resting?
Yeah, it is resting.
Because I'm using my brain still.
Leaving your daily job to look at something, whatever, attractive or calming the brain is resting.
Okay.
You can decide during the weekend that let me go and visit a friend. You converse, you rest.
You said how many minutes?
But during
at least 30. At least 30 minutes.
At least 30 minutes.
Resting. Okay.
And we can stroke it with sleep.
Sleep. If it's comfortable, you can sleep.
No, you rest during work time, and at night you have to sleep.
No, that's
it's a must. You have to sleep.
You have to sleep
to restore the brain. Because during the day, the brain directs you. Do this, do that. Don't go there, go this way. Or you listen to things good and bad. So when you go to sleep, the brain clears all those and remain whatever keeps you with what you are supposed to have in the brain. And it prepares itself for tomorrow.
Does the brain has to do it during night only or even during day?
When you rest during day, it restores itself.
Oh, okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So at night, you have to sleep for 6.5 to 7 hours. That's why these days people are not dreaming. Someone rents a house for a month and he says, I will work day and night because they will charge me the rent fees.
Rent, yes.
You get it?
Car,
you will die before maturity. you get it? Rest your brain.
People are no longer dreaming.
Now, let's look at the immune system of the body. It is commanded by the brain.
Yes.
If the brain is weak, the commands will be also weak.
Okay.
So an invader,
any disease,
the diseases will come and go far. When they go far into the body, and eventually the immune system wakes up, there will be a lot of struggle inside the body and there will be damages. But when the brain is alert, when a disease knocks, the immune system will say, so the disease will say, this one is ready.
Let me go back.
We will survive inside there. You get it?
Yes.
So another factor is the sun.
The sun.
Mr. Mulangira. Mulangira is not a Mr.
Yeah.
Mulangira. If you are kept inside here for a month, because you are so rich, you even don't want to see the sun, you will die prematurely.
Sure.
The sun, the solar energy, we are supposed to have it because we have solar panels which pull the sun and stores that energy for the functions of the body. The face is a solar panel and the hands, those are solar panels.
How?
I talked of a microcosm.
Microcosm.
A small scale with the organism, a small scale representing the universe with all the varieties and contradictions. So whatever you see outside is copied from the body.
Sure.
So the solar panels you see
We already have them.
We already have them. You get it?
Yes,
so
yes.
the sun is the main source of energy of our planet. That solar energy is absolutely necessary for life. So during daytime, from 7:30 at least to 10 a.m. Expose yourself to that sunshine. Look at it, because during that time it's not too hot.
Yeah, sure.
You pull that energy and you store it. For example, you're working from such a place where you can't have
direct sunshine.
Yeah, Go out, stand in the sun for 15 minutes, get that energy. No, I've got it. It is stored for the whole of the day, even during the night, and then continue with your work.
Okay.
That's why at schools we get breaks, break time, lunch time, you go out. Now, let's come to another decisive factor, exercise.
Exercise, yeah, that is it.
In fact, the president, the minister, Jane Ruth Acheng, has thought it wise to have a one celebrated day as an exercise or Duiro day. For today, it is going to be there on 8th, where the president is the guest of honor.
Yeah.
If I'm given a chance to talk to that gathering, I will elaborate. But exercise, the design of our body or our bodies is for movement, contrary to something made by man. Movement, God saw it that if he created us to move, and he gave us chance to prepare our own foods, to eat whatever we want, waste will accumulate in the system. So when you move, you help the body to use what you have put in.
You're burning the food.
When we eat food, we get calories.
Yeah.
Those calories we put in the body must balance with the output. So there is no way the body can balance those calories without you moving.
Okay.
So the sedentary jobs are leading us to chronic diseases. People don't make exercise. You get it?
Yeah.
So inactivity deteriorates the system of the body.
Some of them say that they are actually doing something which is painful.
Okay, people may look at it as painful. Let me give you an example. On several occasions, we've seen whites walking on the roads of our country here.
Sure.
So what the Ugandans say when they see whites walking, they say, oh, these people come from their countries when they are poor. They can't even afford to pay for taxis to town.
Yes.
But for them, whatever chance they see, they use it. They are the ones you find doing duiro. But duiro or brisk walking, you asked me, how can we do it? Well, how we can do it is to go out physically and
start running.
Not necessarily running. It should be brisk walking.
Yeah, okay.
Brisk walking, here we call it okusatuka. And even the parents used it to beat children. Abasatuka.
Yeah.
But when you look at a white man, you can see the way he moves. Briskly. You get it?
Yeah.
So, brisk walking or exercise generally combats arterial hypertension. Arterial hypertension, when we talked of that waste which accumulates in the system of the arteries. When you run, you destroy or you neutralize that waste. Because as blood is the transport system of the body, it has to move freely. Sure. The design is it has to move without this waste being blocking the circulation of blood. So the obesity you talked of, after eating that food, generally the modern nutrition, that type of nutrition has no fiber.
No fiber.
No fiber in it. So you pack the calories within the body and the empty calories. So when the body sees those empty calories, it says, I want to use these ones.
Yes.
Or eventually they act on the body, you become obese. When you become obese, you affect your kidney.
Yeah.
You affect your liver. So exercise can keep the entire organism in a very good state.
What am I supposed to exercise?
In fact, whatever exercises should be done at least 4 or 5 days in a week for 30 minutes.
When? But when? Like, do you have the time?
You
for example,
choose. You choose
in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. What
you choose some time, say in the very early in the morning. But it is better in the morning.
In the morning.
If you can do it in the morning, you go out. You walk or you run if you still have some energy. So I can't advise you, Mulangira, to go out and walk.
And walk, yeah.
For you still young,
yes.
You can run. But for the aged, they can walk.
Okay.
But why we recommend it very early in the morning is when you have that purest air, oxygen. You run as you breathe in that purest oxygen. So exercise is one of the decisive factors of health. That's why we were created to move.
Okay.
When you say, I'm rich, I'll now be sitting in my room and command whatever is to be done outside.
Just get
eventually, you'll deteriorate, you'll die prematurely. So, dear viewers, we need to emphasize on exercise. Yeah. Let's give an example. The president is the guest of honor on 8th July, that exercise day. But I know, have learned that the president does exercise daily.
Yeah.
Let's look at our Kabaka, Ronald Muwenda Mutebi.
Yeah.
He exercises daily. Yeah. And even when he is touring his whatever territory, whenever he goes, say, to Masaka to visit his people, very early in the morning, first thing, he goes out for exercise.
Sure.
What he does is to educate other people that even when I'm away, please do exercise.
I'm away, I'm rich, but I still do exercises.
Yes. But what the people do, they stand by the sides of the roads and clap for the king.
For the king, yeah.
Now that this day has come, government has thought it wise to make it a public holiday. Everyone should run. You are responsible for your own health.
I remember the president when he said that he injured his arm while doing karate late in the night, at around 1 a.m. in the night. So he was awake training.
Yes, he ran after he does some other exercises.
Physical exercises.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
who is entitled, first of all, to such exercises?
Everyone.
Everyone is entitled.
Everyone is entitled.
Okay.
There are people who come to us when they are struck by stroke.
Stroke, yeah.
And when you recommend exercise to them, they say, you can see my state, I cannot walk. We force them to walk.
You force them to walk?
Yes.
How?
However much you are not normal, please, we would advise you to walk.
Okay.
Because walking or exercise is a remedy.
Okay. Now, doctor.
Yes, sir.
If, for example, because we've now seen, some of the things that you can do to avoid such. Now, for example, if someone is already sick, someone is already someone is on the wall.
Yes. Yes.
As a doctor from Vigor, Dr. Ghana Limited.
Yes.
Can you do something with that person? You said you can force someone to walk.
Yes.
But you haven't told us how you do that.
Okay.
If someone is seated there at home, like is too weak to exercise, what can he do?
Okay, there are levels where someone is condemned. He can't walk. When you even tell him to walk, he cannot know what you are saying. Those ones are condemned. But before you reach that state, please, we are advising you exercise is a remedy. Those who have back pains, the first remedy is exercise. Let's look at people who go to these pregnant mothers. When she goes to the hospital for delivery, you find a recommendation, a prescription for that woman to move around, such that moving around means you are boosting the saturation of blood, because cells have to be supplied with the oxygen, with the glucose, such that they do their work efficiently.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, doctor, it's about time. Actually, we are coming to the end of the show. Before we do that, doctor, I would like to know that is where is Viga? Where's Viga, doctor?
Viga, doctor. Will the location? The main office is at Mukwano Mall. Mukwano Mall is at Chagwe Road. That building joins Chagwe Road to Rashid Kamis Road. Okay. So we are at the upper floor. Room UG 44. Okay. I was talking. I'm advising people to abstain from toxic materials. That one is also what you should avoid if you want to be healthy. And the good mental attitude. The good mental attitude to take things calmly. Stress. Give whatever disturbing you to the Lord. Scientifically, it has been proven that worshiping God is a remedy. That's why you talk to your Creator. Stress, whatever, pulls down the body compresses, and it affects the saturation of blood. So generally, these diseases we are talking about, why you do exercise is to combat that arterial hypertension. Okay. Why you are combating the arterial hypertension is to free the blood, to free the movement of blood
in your system.
Yes, okay. Because there is what we call healing. For we, the therapists or the doctors, what we do is treatment. Healing is built on the body. So when whatever your blood fails to move, when other functions of the body fail, it means you're going to get sick. You weaken your immune system. Okay. The fighter cells, the immunity cells are created in the bone marrows and transferred to the whatever we call them, the lymph nodes. And they are channels from the lymph nodes. We call them the police posts.
Police posts?
Yes, where they are distributed. Then if any invader knocks the body, those CD4 cells alert the whole immune system to come in. So they are lymphatic channels which drain into the blood stream, where the fighters move from their lymph nodes or the police posts to come and attack the invader. So when you exercise, it means you are clearing the way of blood. Yes. That waste that accumulates, the arteriosclerosis we talk of, the atherosclerosis, formation of that plaque. You get rid of that plaque, which can even break and be moved to block the arteries that supply blood to the heart and to the brain. Okay,
thank you very much, doctor. Now, actually, your last word, doctor, as we're concluding the show. Your last word, Sebo.
As we conclude the show, this, whatever goes to the entire community, the Ugandans and to Africans. Most of these diseases are now referred to as African crisis. So, when you see me, an African, seated before the cameras of TV Africa, please listen to me. Books are there where you can go read. For the whites say Africans don't read, so they will suffer with those chronic diseases.
That's actually a stupid saying by the whites.
Now because we want to tell the whites.
We are the first people to publish a book. We are the first authors.
Somewhere they are right. When we just want to look at.
We've been taken up actually by
the headings. We don't internalize. So everyone should go back. We have these smartphones. Internet is available everywhere. Everything is there. The usefulness of exercise. You can go to the net and see what is there. Please do it for the good of your health. We are telling people that we are dying prematurely. When you exercise and you combat that arterial hypertension, you'll have a good health aging. Mind you, Miss Omulingira, you have children.
Yeah.
Your health does not belong to you alone. When you are deformed and you struggle with the pain, by the time you will die, your children shall have suffered from, say, diabetes or pressure because of that tension. They are stressed over your disease. But die peacefully as you wave to people that God has taken me. You get it?
That's by appreciating nature.
We shall continue visiting the studios of TV Africa to educate the general public.
Sure.
Someone viewing should note that health comes to you as a result of you being informed and the choices you make.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Doctor. The dear viewer, thank you very much for watching. I've been with Dr. Jingo Darausi, the MD of Vegan Doctor Uganda Limited, and of course he has been talking about health. And today, biggest Sunday, 8th July, actually is the National Physical Activity Day that has been declared by the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Health. And the president actually has been there, doing some physicals, what we call normally duiro murunabudu. So this time around, ladies and gentlemen, just make sure that you keep health, because health is wealth. And if you do that by feeding well, of course you're extending, you're not decreasing your days on earth, or you're not approaching your early grave. Doctor, thank you very much for coming.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you too.
You're welcome. Dear viewers, let's meet some other time. From me, Omulingira Kalema, and the entire TV Africa crew, we wish you a fantastic weekend. Have a blessed day. Thank you.